On the previous episode of the XR4Ti, the mechanical work has begun into tearing into the engine. That being said, I have a few days to get this valve cover done and ready to go. You missed absolutely nothing on day one. All I did was some basic hand sanding to start to get into it. Alright, so day two. Just scuffed it down with some 100 grit sandpaper and some more Scotch-Brite. Here we see it's pretty smoothed out. Most of it's sanded down or scuffed. And it's just going to soak in a 70-degree home. Hopefully tomorrow I can get off what's left of it, and whatever's staying in here is getting painted over. And like that, we wait and let this heat up in a cool house. Okay, so I'm back here, and this is our 2.3 Lima valve cover. First thing we're going to do is I got to scrape off all this old black paint here. So what I'm doing is I'm using this paint remover, a little bit of this, and a scraping tool, and just, soak, rub. It's still too cold, but it's supposed to get warm next week. I have some high heat wheel paint and some white paint for the writing on the top, but I can't do any of that until it gets warm, so let's get this prep done. We're going to call it a night. It's quite a bit of cleaning here. It's looking a lot better. That is some stubborn old paint, needless to say. It was at this point where I did basically the same process as you see here, except with a little bit of sandpaper and other various methods. For another 2 days, I figured you probably don't want to see someone hand sand. Okay, so this is as good as it's gonna get. It's been prepped, sprayed, sanded, about 90% of the paint is off. Before we do any of this, and it's really cold out, we're just gonna mask this off, which is already done, shoot these letters, sand the above surface, and the letters will... Yeah, that'll stand out against the red really well. This is New Jersey in February. I had more than 2 hours of warmth. Usually in February, it's either a foot of snow, 65 degrees, or raining, and it could vary by the week. Okay, it's 57 degrees. It's freakishly warm. Time to paint it. No, it's not filming anymore.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
That looks pretty good. Needs a little wet sand here and there, maybe a little touch up, but it looks like it's good enough. Okay, so time to clean up our nice new gas cap, if the can actually works. There we go. This looks, it looks a lot better. Now this looks pretty good. I'm gonna have to go over the letters again, but that doesn't matter. It's a warm day in the Northeast, and this looks fine. Alright, it's finally 67 degrees instead of miserable and raining, or 37 degrees. So I'm gonna get this done. This came out pretty good. Now for writing, I don't have any red to do a proper touch-up, so what I'm gonna do is brush it in here with this white. Not my best lettering job. There's small imperfections, and I'm going to stop looking because I'm a perfectionist. But that looks pretty good. Okay, this looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but, on the engine. When it's on the engine, you're not going to see it. The writing wasn't perfect. The paint was getting gloopy there at the end. It was fairly old. But that looks pretty good. So I think I'll call it a day. This has been $2 Garage. Don't forget to leave a like, favorite, and subscribe.